nowhere where it says pre-approved. That needs to be funding letter. I'm going to expand on why I don't want you all using subs that do work on nights and weekends only. I'll give you this little hint right here. If they want to work that hard, I want them working that hard for me. So there's ways that we incentivize them to work that hard for me. And we'll discuss that come Saturday. Also, even today, I double my workload. And what I mean by doubling my workload, even today, is we know we can do 90-day turns and 120-day turns. We do it all the time. But even at 90 days, I'm allocating what? 180. If not 120 days, I'm allocating what? 240. So that way, the worst thing that happens is I have extra what? Holding cost left over. You never know when the hurricanes come. You never know when the blizzards come. And we all live in almost the same geographical area that when a big snowstorm comes, everything what? When a hurricane comes, everything what? Hell, when a thunderstorm comes, everything what?
Ours will have a week.
So, and we'll expand on those things Saturday. Now, just write this down, and I'll expand on it as well. If you're the only one rehabbing in a neighborhood, chances are you're in the wrong neighborhood. If you're the only one rehabbing in a neighborhood, chances are you're in the wrong neighborhood. You want to be in neighborhoods where other people are what? Rehabbing. Is there always that diamond in the rough? Sure there is. But as a rule, I'm going through neighborhoods and I'm making sure other people are rehabbing to make sure it's what? Turning. And I like to hire contractors that can only handle about 4 jobs at one time. Any more than that, higher overhead, you're going to pass on to what? Me? Any lower than that, they're too mom and pop. And Saturday, I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself against all these things. I'm also going to teach you how to make sure that they have these types of insurances, they keep these types of insurances, because number one, power team member, we already said, is realtors. You're going to go through a dime a dozen. Number 2 is contractors. And we've got to keep honest people what? Honest. When it comes to a good contractor, it's an oxymoron. It's just like a good lawyer. But when you find one, you will do anything to what? Keep them. And we're really going to expand on that as well Saturday. Now, with that being said, as we've already talked about, I've spoken with shared stages with some of the world's most renowned gurus when it comes to real estate. Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, Dean Graziosi, I can go on and on. I do a lot of 3-day, very advanced type of workshop trainings. And what I've learned when I'm doing those 26, 27 hours straight for 3 days is that everybody loves the information, but you only remember 10% of what you hear. So what I decided to do, and I only decided this 6 months ago, is I decided to make a CD series basically of everything that I teach at those workshops. The reason I did that is because I found that if you have it in audio, you can go back and listen to it time and time and time and time again until it what? Clicks. And if not, how many of you like to have my email to go ahead and ask me questions anytime you want? Yes or no? How many like to have my cell phone number to be able to do that? Yes or no? And it's something else that I'll make available for you too. You see, I'll teach you all this stuff in this CD series. It's an 8-disc CD series. It's basically 24 to 26 hours of me instructing. We take it right off of my 3-day trainings. I'm not going to go into all that, but we're talking about all this information. We'll go all the way into seller financing, equity partners, money partners, wholesale assignments, how to locate these owners, and it's done by chapter just like this. That way you can sit there and you can listen to it time and time and time again. On top of all that, you got all this. Basically, there's over 170 some odd topics that I cover during those 3 days. With that being said, as I can keep going, seeing different slides, licenses. Oh, that's one thing you all have a challenge right here with in DC is licenses to own management, own rental property. I'll bring that up Saturday too. I forgot all about that. We got to cover. That's something we better do due diligence on. Cover our assets with that too. But basically, this is what I've decided to do. Even though I still sometimes speak and I do contract speaking, is I am getting away from that. I'll be the first to admit it. Everybody has great intentions. All the gurus do. I'm not talking bad about any guru. But listen, I'm out there and we've already flipped well over 75 properties this year. I'm out there doing this business. I also know what's working in today's times and what was working 3 years ago. And what I decided to do was to make this CD series about today's times. On top of that, I came up with a new book, and you all are the first ones to see it. My old book was Kangaroo Millionaire, which is 7 counterintuitive secrets to leaping forward in life and wealth. And basically, this is the mindset change book that I had to come up with on how I had to change my mindset to be successful in this business. When I sent the manuscript out, Tammy said something earlier tonight that I appreciate her saying when she said business coach. I am a business coach. It's not just about real estate, because real estate is a what? Business. And you got to treat it like a business. And I do a lot of business coaching. But I don't know if any of you know who David Kim is. And I was blessed enough for him not only to be on the front cover of the book, but also forward it. And David Kim is a billionaire. He came to this country from North Korea with nothing. How many of you heard of Baja Fresh? How many of you heard of Cinnamon Bun? He owns them. He's a mentor of mine. When I sent him this transcript, he said, Mark, he goes, I just wanted to proof it, to make sure I had good ideas. It was all on par for how he thought, I learned from him. He actually asked me if he could forward it, and I was honored to have him. Then I just came out, and the reason there's nothing on the front and nothing on the back, and it's even the wrong size, is because I had them printed up just for you all. This is my latest book. My latest book is Making a Fortune During the Real Estate Recovery. Today's times. The reason that it's all not the right size and all is I said, listen, I'm going up to DC. Really not final edit yet, but I wanted this in print for you all. Because this is today's times of how it's really done. No BS, no fluff, just like you see Saturday. I'm not about airy-fairy, clouds in the sky, dream stuff. I'm about a step-by-step freaking plan on how we can get it done. And that's what that CD series, that's what these 2 books are. On top of that, I want to make a commitment. Do you see where it says 4 40-minute coaching calls? I want you to change that to 4 60-minute coaching calls. And my coaching is a little bit different. I don't have a script. I don't go line item. I do Q&A coaching. Meaning, the day before the coaching call, you submit all your questions. That way I can go through them and I can give you answers to those questions. On top of that, I'm going to do a 2-day seminar in Norfolk. How many of you find value in actually seeing our scope of works, seeing our products, seeing how we go ahead and lock in our prices, seeing how I have my power team come in and teach you exactly what they do, the pros, the cons, how to do it, yes or no? I'm going to put on one of those. And it's not something I typically do, but the reason I'm doing it is because you all are only 3 hours away. It's a quick drive to get down there. On top of that, I'm going to give you 3 of my ebooks that are all special reports. 7 Fatal Mistakes Wannabe Millionaires Make. The Recovery and How to Make Millions in Today's Times. On top of that, I'm going to give you a year of unlimited access to my monthly newsletter, which also includes weekly video emails from me of what we're doing, how we're doing it, keeping you abreast of why we're doing this, latest law changes, latest strategies changes, so that way now you can visually see every step of the way of how we're making our money. How many of you find value in that, yes or no? With that also being said, all this for you all is $997. But on top of that, what you're also going to have from me is my personal cell phone number. I'm all about it. I'm out there. I'm doing this. I want to be there for you. I know what it's like to sit here. And I will also make this guarantee. I have a 2-day training. I think I'm going to do it towards the end of October. Saturday. I'll have Monday. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to go in a lot more detail. I do recommend you grab this while you can. I only have 9 of them. I'm not going to push it that much at all Saturday, really. But I think you should grab the opportunity. It's no risk for you all. Money back. Thank you all for a good evening. We'll see you Saturday. God bless every single one of you. Thank you.